CBC has a new name for biological women. Get ready, girls. We are called menstruators now. So I was reading my daily dose of CBC insanity. I wouldn't normally do it, but it's also part of my job to know what the state broadcaster is up to, sometimes because their nonsense needs debunking and sometimes because their nonsense needs the disinfectant of sunlight shined upon the madness. Today is an instance of the latter. Heads up, everybody, today's story is gross for 1,000 different reasons. Stick with me and you will find out why. Here's the headline from the CBC. Environmentalists push for plastic tampon applicators to be included in federal plastics ban. It's equal to plastic straws and plastic bags, if not worse, Advocate says. And then CBC shows a gross enough picture of the 30 or so plastic tampon applicators found by a group called Greener Futures along the shores of Lake Ontario. So far, so gross. You know, this is actual garbage in our waterways. Now, this story comes on the heels of Justin Trudeau's promise to eliminate single-use plastics in Canada by 2021. Now, as the CBC story goes, apparently people are flushing plastic tampon applicators down the toilet, and then those things are ending up in Canadian waterways, which is a particular problem in British Columbia because in parts of Canada's so-called greenest province, you can just flush your toilet and it comes out directly in the Pacific Ocean, completely untreated, tampon applicators and all. Same goes for many places in Quebec where Canada's Environment Minister, Catherine McKenna, a woman who thinks carbon dioxide is pollution, keeps okaying the dumping of billions and billions of liters of untreated raw human sewage into eastern Canadian waterways. Now, this CBC story about tampons is really more of a gross story about how stupid people are flushing foreign objects down the toilet, and BC is really not treating their sewage, as evidenced in this photo CBC uses that includes toothbrushes, dental picks, condoms, and nail polish applicators. Then the story is about single-use plastics. But this also ends up being a story about how CBC is totally insane about being politically correct at all times to the point of editing the words of the people they interview. In this insufferable tampon story, CBC talks to a Terrace, BC local named Jude Hayduck, who says she's found dozens of plastic tampon applicators in a settling pond in her hometown, and they've ended up there because people are flushing them down the toilet. Now, later on in the CBC article, Hayduck tries to give a reason for why she thinks women are flushing these things, and then CBC mangles her quote for the sake of political correctness. Here is what CBC says Hayduck said. Menstruators don't want to put these things in the garbage when their brothers and fathers and boyfriends open the trash can. Menstruators. Have you ever heard a sane person ever use that word before? Menstruators. I never have. No one I know uses it. Now, I know that CBC added that word, menstruators, and Hayduck never said it because those hard brackets around the word mean that's the word CBC is using in place of the word Hayduck actually said. CBC carefully chose that crazy word. CBC has censored either the word women or girls or females and replaced it with the word menstruators because for CBC, suggesting that biological females are the ones using tampons, well, that might offend someone somewhere. So instead of offending one hypersensitive person somewhere, CBC has decided to write 50% of the human population just right out of common English parlance. Worse still, it was a woman who said the thing in the first place. What will CBC call biological males now to avoid offending someone? People kind? With penises? Let me be clear. Live your life however you want. I don't care, and I also don't want you to make me care. Do not flush foreign objects down the toilet. That's really stupid. And only biological females menstruate. That's science. Thanks, CBC. I guess I'm not a woman anymore. I'm a menstruator. Waiting to become a menopauser. I suppose I'll have to change my driver's license. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. If you want to help us fight back against Justin Trudeau's ridiculous ban on single-use plastic, go to saveourstraws.ca. There you can see the full story by my friend David Menzies, and you can sign his petition calling on Justin Trudeau to set aside his ill-conceived idea to get rid of single-use plastic by 2021. That's at saveourstraws.ca.